Hey guys, so today I'm going to give you some more money saving hacks because you guys seem to have liked that when I did that video. Um, I have to think of more too. I have a lot of them. My daughter says I'm very frugal. I just don't buy a lot of extra crap. I don't like knickknacks, whatever. And this time, what's going on in the world, like, you need to be saving as much as you can. Like, have a good time, spend money, but here are some ways for you to save. Actually, I have 8 ways. So, number one, buying a used car. I know I've heard as soon as you drive it off the lot, depreciates in value. Used cars right now are just as expensive as a new car. So, your best bet is to just get a used car, get it checked out. I think you can go 8 to 10 years old at this point, I think. So I would look into that. Even if you're looking into, because I was thinking about getting an RV at some point, you can still look at some used RVs. I know a girl who got a used RV, and with a washer and dryer, she spent like a little over $26,000. So definitely look into getting used. Late fees. Okay, let me just tell you, can be a huge difference in paying any bill on time. There's late fees for your car note, rent. Just try to avoid late fees as much as possible. That is one way of, you might think of that as like, no, that's not a way of saving money, but it is, because if that's an extra $30 or $40 that you're saving from not having to pay that late fee, try your hardest not to have to pay that late fee. And I know sometimes everything's not going to be on time all the time, but those late fees add up. Because think of, you had 2 late fees from 2 different bills and it added up to $80. That could have been a whole nother bill paid for. Number 3, ATM fees. Let me tell you, these ATMs, they get you. I went to an ATM one time and I was about to take my money out. Mind you, we're taking out our own money. Why are you charging me this much to take out my own money? Why did it say $4? I was like, oh, no. Took my card right back out. Pay attention to the ATM fees. Those things add up. And if you're constantly going to the ATM to take out money, that adds up. I go to the grocery store sometimes and take money out, and that can be like, if I'm at the U-Scan, it could be like 75 cents. If I go through the cashier, though, I think it's free, actually. So look at your local grocery store possibly for that. But these ATMs, they're sucking you dry. Trust me. It's not worth it to take out your own money and spend an extra $3 or $4 to take it out. Number 4, you do not need to buy name brand things. Now, I will say this. It's probably better, and you probably get a longer lasting use for a name brand shoe. I will say that. But as far as clothes go, especially us ladies, we could shop just about anywhere for clothes. As long as it's good material and it's not going to tear up in the dryer or washer, don't be one of those label people that you think it has to have a certain name. If you just want to look cute, you can look cute and it doesn't have to have a special expensive label on it. That's my personal opinion. I know some people really love to have the labels. I do. I know. I mean, I'm not saying I don't have any. I have on some, I think these are called Hokas right now. They're good walking shoes. But I'm going to wear these until the sole wears down. They were like $165. I didn't pay for them, but I'm going to wear them for as long as possible. So I'm just saying, if you do get something name brand, make it something that can last a very long time. But you can be cute and it doesn't have to be name brand. And it's okay. Number 5, use coupons. I actually have a cousin who was very big in couponing. I don't know if she still does it or not. She did it a lot and she did it really well. I never got into couponing, but I do look on Groupon because I like to get massages, and every now and again I'll get a pedicure. Look on Groupon. You can get discounts for these things. You can get discounts for everything on Groupon. So it is worth it to download the app and look on Groupon before you go purchase anything. It's definitely worth it. Oh, I just thought of another one. Number 6. Oh, carpooling. Sometimes this doesn't work out that well for people, but when it comes to if you have a person that you know that has children who go to the same school, maybe you're able to carpool. When I go with my friends, sometimes if we're able to carpool, I know a lot of times you do want to drive by yourself because you want to be able to leave when you want to leave. But if it's a matter of saving money, try to figure out a way to carpool. Figure out someone who's going to leave around the same time you are, or that y'all can just look across the room and be like, you ready, let's go. So that you can save on gas. And that's not saying that you might not have to help out the other person who's driving, but it's just saving to, not have everyone driving to when you guys are all going to the same spot, basically. Number 7, unplug your devices. I did not realize how much that affects your electric bill until I started doing it. Big difference. I wish I had the bill with me right now to say like what the difference is. I didn't think about that, but just unplugging your chargers, unplugging lamps, unplugging fans, make sure all the lights are off if you're not there or in the room. Big difference. So pay attention to that because it does make a difference. You probably aren't thinking it does. It does. Number 8, turn down that thermostat. At night, you have blankets. You can put on layers. You can put on a couple of blankets. Turn down the thermostat. You're going to be warm underneath those blankets. I think the lowest I've put mine down is maybe 67, 68. I get cold if it's any lower than that. But when I leave the house in the winter, I've had it as low as 65 because we're not there all day for like 8 or 9 hours. And that made a huge difference in my bill too. And also even turning it off. I don't think you're supposed to turn it all the way off when it's the dead of winter because pipes can freeze. But if it's not, like say it's just a cold day, turn that sucker off while you're gone and turn it back on when you get home. Trust me, my bill has been way lower because of it. I had never had a bill that was only $60. And I live in a townhouse. When I got that $60 bill, I was like, oh, I'm unplugging everything. I'm turning off the heat. Like, trust me, it works. And number 9, I'm glad I didn't forget this. If you are buying prescription drugs out of pocket, I don't know if I said this one before, but it just came to mind. Make sure you download the GoodRx app because there are discounts. There are good discounts to buy prescription drugs. So some pharmacies will do it for you, like they'll put it in for you, but in case they don't, download that app. One time when my insurance, I was switching over to a different insurance, and so I didn't have any, and I needed to get this prescription, and I was paying out of pocket, and I downloaded GoodRx and looked it up, and when I tell you I think I saved like $30 to $40 on this prescription, it makes a difference if you have to pay out of pocket. And right now, we don't know what's happening with Medicare, Medicaid, healthcare in general. So that is a good app to use, and it's very helpful. So those are 9 money saving tips that I have. I'm going to think of some more because I am very big on saving and keeping as much coin as you can in your pocket. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit like, and I'll see you guys next video.